Arena between this Group C fixture of Brose Bamberg, our host, and the visitors from Athens, Peristeri Windmasters. Ladies and gentlemen, what a treat we're in for with these two teams. Remember, Group C, these teams now making sort of a bit of an up and down start to their season so far here in the Basketball Champions League. Remember, Brose Bamberg making it to the Final Four last year. Well, they came up short, but they'll be looking to really bounce back here this season. But it's been a tough start so far. Managing to pick up a few victories, but doesn't get any tougher than this. Well, VF Riga just came up short against last year's runners-up Iberostar Tenerife, while Gaziantep take on Nizhny Novgorod, and Aerobasket Nymburk be taking on KK Manaba. It's all to play for here in the Basketball Champions League. As we said, now if you think about it, these two teams, the starts they got off to, it was Peristeri Windmasters got victories against Gaziantep and VF Riga, where they had a bit of a close call against Iberostar Tenerife, where they only lost by 4, and then again lost at home to Nizhny Novgorod by 3. Back to winning ways last week as they defeated Manaba by 8 points, 73-65 in game day 5 of the Basketball Champions League. And they're currently sitting in 4th place. Brose Bamberg right below them with the same record, 3-2. For Bamberg, it's been a bit of a different, shaky start. They lost their 2 opening games here in the Basketball Champions League. One was very tough games, a 20-point loss to Aerobasket Nymburk and a 15-point loss to Nizhny Novgorod at home. But it did turn it around with a win on the road against Gaziantep, and then another one against Manaba. Last week, a convincing win against New Boys VF Riga here. So they'll be looking to pick up their 3rd victory in a row and hopefully go to 4-2. Try and sneak into that top 4. Well, Scoochie Smith's been a very top player so far for Peristeri Windmasters. Look out for Panagiotis Vasilopoulos, 35 years of age, along with William Hatcher, the Globetrotter. Well, Panagiotis Vasilopoulos, the name we just mentioned, was a member of the Greek national team that won the Eurobasket in 2005 and also featured with the Greek national team in 2nd place in the World Championship in Japan in 2006, where he defeated the USA team in the semifinals and had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony on it. Brose Bamberg again are going to have to really make sure they get out on the break and play some high-tempo, fast-break basketball. So it's going to be very interesting to see how well these two teams come out in this game. Well, Paris Lee will be leading the way for these guys. Well, Louis Alinde, the young player now, only 21 years of age, really coming into his own, as we said. Asen Murray, who was also a member of Kashiaka last season here in the Basketball Champions League, and also 2 years ago with Mehdi Bayreuth. So a bit of experience of playing basketball in the Champions League as well as playing in Germany. The Egyptian national, Asen Murray, played very well in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Unfortunate not to get Egypt to the final stage at the FIBA World Cup in China last summer. Well, this past summer, sorry, but we'll be looking to make some noise and bring some success to Brose Bamberg here. You've got to turn it around. They got to keep the momentum going, but Peristeri Windmasters is a case of making the regular season into a roller coaster. A couple of players that you can see, Vasilopoulos, along with Xanthopoulos, were members of the Ike team that won 2 years ago at the Waka in 2018. And led by Manny Harris, Dusan Shakota, as well as many others that led them all the way. Well, Vasilopoulos, Scoochie Smith, along with Blake, will be key members, not to mention Xanthopoulos will come in, I believe will make a starting lineup tonight. And then you can see Yannick Marrera, who last year won the Basketball Champions League with Virtus Bologna. And there is William Hatcher, last season playing for PAOK, but the Globetrotter, 35 years of age. This guy can seriously play some tough defense as well as shoot the ball from the perimeter. Marrera did feature for Angola in the FIBA World Cup in China, where the group stage they picked up a victory against the Philippines, but tough games against both Italy and Serbia. We're going to look at the starting lineups now. Well, sorry, the full team roster for Rose Bamberg. Been a lot of change, as well as the coach, Roll Moores, now stepping into this role. Last season was with Telnet Giants Antwerp, along with that man right there, Paris Lee, a left-handed point guard, very explosive. So definitely for this team, it's going to be about getting out on the break and really shooting well from the perimeter. Going to give themselves a very good chance of winning this game, hopefully. December right now, one of their more influential post players, averaging just under 8 points per game, along with just a few rebounds. Again, they're probably going to need him to control the boards in this game. Now, it's interesting that McLean is their top rebounder, who only averages 5 rebounds a game, so that's going to be a stat that probably could cost them in this game. So they're going to have to really make sure that they control the boards. These two teams now will shake hands, pay each other the homage, exchange gifts, and we'll look at the starting lineups and also introduce our officials for tonight's game. And ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight at the Basketball Champions League, brought to you by FIBA. Teams now will just warm up for the final 3 minutes before we set for tip, and just homage to our officials. You can see our officials are coming from countries Latvia, Spain, and Slovenia. Blaz Subinic, Fernando Calatrava, and Andres Karojas. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned, we thank all the work for our officials. We've done an excellent job in the Champions League for the last 3 seasons. This being the 4th year now of the Basketball Champions League. Iberostar Tenerife won the opening inaugural season back in the 2017 final. A year later, it was Ike who won it, 3 times beating the team from the south of France. And we look at the starting lineups. Graham Blake will start. Scoochie Smith, Yannick Moreira now makes a start here in the Champions League. Vasilopoulos plays the power forward. Stephen Gray picks up the backcourt. It's a very interesting lineup they've gone with. Again, you can definitely see that it's probably a more running gun lineup. Again, this is a team that really wants to shoot the ball from the perimeter, so the no doubt trying to get off on the break. As Coach Ilias has probably had a lot to think about this game all week. The tempo is going to be very big. I just wonder as well, when you look at this game and you think about where it could be won, I guess one thing that could go in the favor of Rose Bamberg is how well they try to force the ball down low. I mean, those starting line, you got Nelson Wiedmann, along with Paris Lee, Louis Alinde, Christian Sangfelder, and Assem Murray. Now, Assem Murray is one of those players that really likes to camp out in the low block and in the physicality, but it's just his movement on and off the ball and his finish around the basket that makes him such a lethal player. That's one good thing for Rose Bamberg, is they can always throw the ball down low, really make the defense collapse, and when you get those double teams in the low block, that's where the open shooters come from. Our coach Roll Moores will be trying to emphasize this whole week that ball movement, shifting, and the open cuts, make it happen tonight. You got to pick up the 4th victory. Try to get back into that top 4 here in Group C. Replicate the success they had last season. Get into the Final 4. The fans here in the Rouge Arena have been absolutely phenomenal last season. You can see already this season coming in the famous red, black, and white. They'll be making noise all game and almost acting like a 6th player on the court. Well, as we mentioned with Coach Roll Moores, a coach that last season did the unthinkable by leading Telnet Giants Antwerp to the Final 4, a team that many would have written off at the beginning of the season last year. And not a team that's dominated the Belgian basketball for sure, because DC Ostend was a team that's really been the one-sided champions throughout the Belgian Professional League. Came Telnet Giants Antwerp and just kicked them off the European stage and said, hey, we're better than you, and ended up getting to the Final 4 last season. It was a major success for the club, and also for Coach Roll Moores. And Paris Lee was a huge influence in that road to the Final 4. fans now ready for tip. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us here live at the Broge Arena. It's game day 6 of the Basketball Champions League. Both teams are ready. We're set for tip. Don't go anywhere. We are ready for play. Panagiotis Vasilopoulos now been a key player. Was coming of age now, 35 years, is really depending on his perimeter shooting, which he's done so well at. But make no mistake about it, this is a player that can play a variety of positions. He can play 3 to 5. Such a versatile player to have on your lineup. But Yannick Moreira will jump with Alinde. Well, the tip is up, and Moreira wins it. And Peristeri gets the first possession now. This is where they got to be critical now. Scoochie Smith. This is up to Vasilopoulos. They go down low to Yannick Moreira. Guarded by Arsène Murray. Moreira backs down. Now last year, the champion for Virtus Bologna puts it up and already gets it to go. Yannick Moreira, we saw that a lot last season. Didn't see it so much at the FIBA World Cup with Angola. He was in a very tough group where he's up against games with Serbia, Italy, with a victory in the first round against Philippines. But Yannick Moreira, it's a part of his game he knows he can do. He's got to have a lot of confidence. Come up one screen again. They just called the foul. Looks like the foul is going to be called on 32, Stephen Gray. They just, as you can see, there's the kick out. Vasilopoulos going down low to Yannick Moreira. Now Moreira just takes a few dribbles and takes a step over with his right and a beautiful little jump hook. Again, that's what he needs to do. Goes in the lane, gets fouled. Seinfeld just attacked the basket so aggressively, and now he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's better from Bamberg. Teams now really taking the early stage just to go at each other, make those cuts inside, let the big man go to work. But again, a strong penetration by Seinfelder. He attacked the basket very aggressively. More than likely going to get the foul and get the free throws. He makes a second one. 2 from the free throw line. Sorry, he was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Made the first one, apologies. Well, here comes Stephen Gray now looking for Panagiotis Vasilopoulos. He's got Yannick Moreira down the low block. And they got the mismatch, got it by Seinfelder. Yannick now fades away in the low block just like KD. Can't get it. Get the rebound now on Alinde. Looks like he's going to bring the ball up in transition. Comes off a screen now, pulls the trigger from downtown, nails it. Well, Nelson Wiedemann, see, just came off the screen, got his feet set, and just pulled the trigger, and that's a good three-pointer. He's going early stages now for Broge Bamberg. Vasilopoulos now gets a handoff. Gray comes up, pulls up from 18 feet, takes a jump shot. Stephen Gray, nothing but net. Right off the dribble from 18 feet, and that's a tough shot. He had the defense's hand in his face, and it's so what to elevate. Peristeri now gives up. Well, he's made one thing, takes another one. No, whoa, yes, sir. And now Nelson Wiedemann, 2 for 2 from the perimeter, nailing it from downtown. The defense has got to be a bit more aggressive than that. Again, well, Yannick Moreira, surely it's got to be an illegal screen out. Arguing with the referee, he's got no case. He took him out on the screen. I mean, even here from courtside where I'm looking, used his arms and just knocked him out. Yannick Moreira's got to calm down. Well, a technical foul's been called, so Yannick Moreira's been teed up, I think. So the official, I believe, is giving Yannick Moreira a technical foul. The official did indicate for a technical, so I'm not sure if he gave him a warning or it looks like the official gave him a warning technical, so I'm not quite sure, to be honest, but Peristeri takes it in the lane. Down low to Seinfelder. Seinfelder very quickly, beautifully put away. Christian Seinfelder cemented him in the low block. As soon as he caught it, went straight up with it. It's a smart play there. And Panagiotis now gets a handoff. Well, no, doesn't give the ball to him. And another offensive foul called. Now, if that's on Yannick Moreira, that's 2 personal fouls, but I wonder if they called that on Panagiotis Vasilopoulos. Well, that was this move by Christian Seinfelder. Seinfelder got it, went straight up with it. Steering now, only less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds played, and already one foul away from put-in. Murray now picks up 2 early fouls, and that's not a great start for the former Basketball Champions League champion last season. He comes off one screen, pulls out from the desert. Paris Lee, are you serious? Well, Paris Lee took that from the Eiffel Tower. He nailed it from downtown. Smith now comes off one screen, looking to shake and bake in the lane. Bit of contact off the backboard. Scoochie Smith is in so smoothly to the basket. Gotta love this guy. Biederman now gives up to Asen Murray. Paris Lee now comes off one screen, gives out to Murray. Well, they got a wide open shooter. Linde had the three, didn't take it. Goes baseline, picks out to Murray. Puts up a little jump hook, doesn't get it. Just gets his own rebound, but Vasilopoulos comes up with a loose ball. And now, Peristeri can push in transition in the corner to Stephen Gray. Gray draws the foul. Now, that's the first team foul. Bruce Bamberg, the foul is on number 2. That is Nelson Biederman. Vasilopoulos now gives up to Scoochie Smith. Scoochie tried to pass it, and that was the right idea, but just couldn't get the ball to him. You can see the traveling fans from the outskirts of Athens making the journey. Well, he's got to shoot at Stephen Gray, doesn't get it. Paris Lee comes up with a loose ball. Now, Bamberg can just push it in transition. He doesn't use the screen, gets Stephen Gray off his feet, goes baseline. He goes up with a little jump hook. Paris Lee, are you serious? This guy's just so deadly with the ball in his hand. It causes so many problems that you see he got the defense off guard. They all thought he was going to dish it off, but he just made the sneaky jump hook. Moves up to 5 points. Vasilopoulos gets a handoff with Gray. Gray pulls up for a tough shot in the lane. Stephen Gray in the paint. He made the contact, and the foul was called, but cuts it down to a 7-point ball game. Paris Lee now looking to go pick and roll. Picks up another screen. Gives it up to Asen Murray. Takes out. Can he make his third three-pointer? Can't get it. Big rebound. Now, Peristeri can push in transition. Scoochie Smith down low to Stephen Gray. Gray pulls up for a three-pointer, takes it. Oh, baby! Stephen Gray, tough play there. Nails a triple from downtown. He got it off the handoff, took one dribble and just got into his shot again. He's been very, very deadly this season. Gray now moves up to 7 points. Asen Murray now gets caught in a double team. Has to kick it out. Paris Lee wide open. He pulls the trigger. Paris Lee doesn't get it. Sengfelder offensive rebound. Asen Murray, bit of contact. Doesn't get the and one, but he'll go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Slight little change now for Bruce Bamberg as we just go to the bench. And again, I just wonder how Cameron Taylor is going to come in, approach this one again. Is he going to go straight from the perimeter, or is he really going to try and push it in transition? But Asen Murray now up to the free throw line, originally from Giza, Egypt, as we mentioned, representing the Egyptian national team in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. He was also the FIBA Euro Cup rebounding leader last season with Kashiaka. So the rebounding leader in the Lithuanian League back in 2016, but in his university basketball with Minnesota State. Makes a second free throw, and he puts Bamberg up by 5 points. There comes a double team, the full court pressure. Now, tough pass, but Stephen Gray keeps it. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation. Vasilopoulos beautifully put away there. As soon as Vasilopoulos got it, he went straight up with it. Avoided the block, and that's smart hands by the man who once beat LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony on the same team back in 2006. Kicks out to Sengfelder. 6 on the shot clock now. Parasteri's got to get something going. Oh, what a pass to Aset Murray. Beautifully done. And we talked about Aset Murray being very deadly in the low block. And there you can see just how clinical and how good his hands are around the basket. It's the movement off the ball that makes Aset Murray such an effective player in the low block. Vasilopoulos thought about taking the three-pointer. Gives up to Scoochie Smith. Scoochie now dish it off. Well, lucky the pass got there, but and the foul just bailed out because clearly Scoochie Smith was throwing a pass that Giles Scordias was not ready for. Would have been a turnover, but Smith now is going to go to the bench. William Hatcher and Xanthopoulos check in. Again, look at Aset Murray here. Just good hands under the basket. We've seen this on both ends, on both teams. Scordias now shoots it from 15 feet. Doesn't get the jump shot. Rebound by Trey McLean. Bamberg now can push on their 5-point lead with Cameron Taylor on the ball. He's going to pick up a foul if he keeps some good defense. And Taylor goes all the way to the basket, kicks in the corner. He got it by Xanthopoulos, steps back, tough three, hits the side of the backboard. Now Xanthopoulos in transition, gives this one up now to Hatcher. Now, well, looking for the roll-in. Has been caught on Cameron Taylor as he just held on to Yotis Vasilopoulos. It's now the third team foul for Brose Bamberg. Well, there was the good fast break there by Peristeri. You can see just finishing it very well in transition. We get the ball inbound now. William Hatcher. Look at the time and space. He's got a lot of time on the shot clock now. Well, forces up a tough shot. Scordias with a tip back, and he gets it to drop. Well, it started with a tough penetration by William Hatcher, and Scordias just went in. Just gave it a second chance and got the bucket. Now on the ball. I'm in space now, looks up. Pulls up from 18 feet, it's a tough shot, doesn't get it. Well, they don't get the rebound. Bamberg causing a few problems. Backs down against Scordias, and again, draws the foul in the big man, so that's team foul. So, there's Bamberg. We'll go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Trey McLean will shoot these 2 free throws. He's 26 years of age from Charleston, South Carolina. 6'5", just weighs under 90 kg. Played his university basketball at Chattanooga, Tennessee. Played in the Summer League back in 2018 for the Phoenix Suns, where he averaged 2 points a game and now made his way out to Europe. It puts Bamberg up by 5 points now with just under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Coach Ro Moores looks on and just wonders. A backdoor play doesn't get the power, but keeps it alive. Kicks out now to Hatcher. Hatcher in the corner, pulls up for a tough three, hand in his face, way off the mark. It's a forced shot, and I'm not sure that's the kind of shot Peristeri needs to win this game. Takes another three-pointer, puts it up, sinks it from downtown. Well, tough three-pointer now. It's an 8-point lead back for Brose Bamberg. Just moving the ball so well and getting some open looks, and now that was a tough shot. That was by Cameron Taylor. Louis Alinde now is going to come back in the game. The difference right now for Brose Bamberg is that they're just moving the ball a lot more stronger and getting some open looks. While Peristeri, it's a lot of just dragging on with the pick and rolls and too much ball in the hands of each player. Sometimes that's a tough case when you got so many talented players on your team. Everybody wants to sort of chip in and just needs that time to get the groove going. But you see what Bamberg just moving the ball so well. It's a lot better there. You can see William Hatcher just draws a foul quickly. Fouls on Maurice Stuckey. That's it now, 15 fouls, so they will go to the free throw line for William Hatcher for 2 shots. Originally from Flint, Michigan, played his university at Miami University in Ohio, and what a career. He started his professional career actually in Germany for Dragons Roendorf. Moving all over Europe, where he's played in the likes of Greece, played in Cyprus, Lithuania, as well as France and Belgium, not to mention Serbia. So he's been all over the place. Last season was with PAOK, also with Dinamo Sassari. The year before that, he's played in all 4 seasons of the Basketball Champions League, now with 4 different clubs. Stuckey now pulls the trigger from the three-point land and nails it. Okay, Rose Bamberg lighting it up this evening with a lot of confidence. And some tough basketball. If you move the ball so well, you got to get those open looks. And again, it could be a long night for Peristeri, but Skordilas under the basket. It's got to go up, and the big man just finishes. Strong hands by Gaios Skordilas. Peristeri now just trying to force the issue inside, but now they've got a problem with Rose Bamberg. They're 5 for 8 from the perimeter. Sohan now brings the ball up for Bamberg. They gamble on defense and under the basket, wide open. It's got to go up, and it gets rejected. What a block! Oh, great defensive play there. You can see to recover and protect the basket. Well, one shot. He's got to shoot it. Stuckey for downtown. Doesn't get it. Looks like they've called the foul on Salustris, I believe. Again, what a block by Kingsley Moses. Moses just came in and pinned him off the backboard and stopped the easy 2, but now Bamberg will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, great job by Skordilas there just to seal his man off. Trey McLean now will shoot these free throws, as we just mentioned. It's the first free throw. Just wonder for Trey McLean how well he can cope with the defensive presence with a player like William Hatcher, and not to mention Scoochie Smith. But right now he's got Xanthopoulos, who's probably one of the better defenders on this team. Makes the second one. Back to an 8-point ball game for Rose Bamberg. Xanthopoulos now on the ball. Peristeri comes off one screen. He draws a foul. Oba Sohan. So now Xanthopoulos will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. So the team's just starting to lose their discipline here in the later stages of the first quarter. Vasilis Xanthopoulos, 35 years of age as well, originally from Marousi, Athens. Started his career with the Near East and also played for some big clubs. I mean, he's played for PAOK, Panathinaikos. As I mentioned, had a season in Spain with Obradoiro. He's also played in the Basketball Champions League for Aris and Ike when they won the championship back in 2018, and now has just made his move to the outskirts. It's a second free throw. 6-point game with 1:10 to go here in the first quarter. They now has to give the ball up. Down low, Linde. Well, he steals the ball now with Xanthopoulos. He's got Moses ahead of him, gives it up to Hatcher. Hatcher in the lane, pulls up for 15 feet, doesn't get it. He can't come over, a wasted opportunity in transition. And now Bamberg kicks out. Well, they got a 3 from Olinde. End of the quarter, he can't get it. William Hatcher now comes up with it. 15 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Xanthopoulos now heavily guarded by Oba Sohan. Looking to give it to Kingsley Moses. Skordilas kicks out. Just baseline dish up to Moses. Another poor play, and they turn it over. Slubby play by Peristeri. Salustris went baseline, didn't know what to do with it. Tried the lob pass, and it was just a situation, didn't know what to do. You got to read the defense. He should have pulled up for it on the baseline, but another turnover to Peristeri. Oba Sohan now will run the clock down. 15 seconds to go here. Last shot of the first quarter. This is crunch time. And how effective. Takes it in. Kicks out. Solucius comes up with a steal. Well, surely it's a foul, but throws it up. Almost got it. Into the first quarter, it is the hosts, Brose Bamberg, will lead this one 27-21 against the visitors from the outskirts of Athens. It's game day 6 here of the Basketball Champions League. We'll show you some stats and some highlights here of the first quarter. Well, there you can see the stats so far. Peristeri only 1 for 4 from the perimeter, while 7 for 11 from within the rainbow. And again, just that perimeter shooting is what's keeping Brose Bamberg in the lead. Yannick Moreira there with a fadeaway in the lane. Again, got the tough drop, but couldn't get it. We'll be back for the second quarter in just literally under a minute. We start the second quarter now at Brose Bamberg with that 6-point lead, 27-21. Both teams now with 3 wins and 2 losses here. You see the Basketball Champions League. Just trying to spread the floor, but Stuckey now pulls up for tough threes. Made one, doesn't get this one. Big offensive rebound, and Brose Bamberg just dominating the rebounds. Yannick Moreira can't pick up a third personal foul. And it's an and one. They've caught a third foul now on Yannick Moreira. And that's a tough call because, in my mind, it really looked like the back down. Well, there was the fling out. It's just a reach in with the left hand. It's a tough play. Yannick Moreira now picking up his third personal foul. And a nightmare of a start here for Peristeri in the Basketball Champions League. Make the 3-point play, and Harris now moves up to 5 points. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. G. Smith now back in the lineup along with William Hatcher in the backcourt. Down low to Moses. Moses bumps. Moses got to go up with a bit of contact. Goes up. Strong move by Kingsley Moses. That's much better. And Peristeri again. Where the bread and butter is down low. Doesn't use the screen. Takes the baseline, bit of contact, goes up with it. No foul called. And now Solucius will slow it down with William Hatcher. Down low to Moses now. Here's the mismatch they got. Moses backs down, goes to the middle, draws a foul. Again, very physical in the low block with Moses and Louis Alinde. This is physical. You gotta love this. I mean, look, it's just both players really going at it. Louis Alinde down the other end. He's also going at Kingsley Moses. Moreira gets a handoff. She caught it at an awkward angle. Got it by Stuckey. Goes off one screen, takes it in. Kicks out. Solucius got to shoot it. Big 3-pointer. Doesn't get it. Moreira comes up with a loose ball. Gets rejected. What a block. Well, Moses comes up with it. Moses finishes. Kingsley Moses just simply too big and strong. Well, getting physical out there. Harris setting the tempo now for Bros Bamberg, and that's got to be an unsportsmanlike foul, surely. Well, Scoochie Smith completely dragged down Obasohan. Obasohan goes in the lane, and well, it has to be an unsportsmanlike foul, surely. I mean, he pulls his arm back. I would imagine the officials will go and review this one. It looks like they're going to just go on with this one. I mean, a regular foul, but to me, it looked like he pulled his arm back on that. Big free throws now from Obasohan. He makes the first one. Obasohan made that aggressive drive in the lane. Again, was unlucky not to get the and one, but again, very, very hard foul where his arm was pulled back. So he makes the first free throw. Gets the second one. Seven-point lead now again for Bros Bamberg. Turns it over, completely lost it, and almost won it back. And Peristeri right now just looked discombobulated. No togetherness, no synergy. He had two players on him and just gave him the ball right back. Stephen Gray's got to be smarter than that. Well, the home crowd, as you can see, enjoying the occasion on their feet as they've been for every game so far this season and last year. Fans here in the Basketball Champions League here in the Bros Arena. Now Obasohan now kicks in the corner. Good ball reversal. Louis Linde now takes a three. Get it. Moses with a rebound. And now Hatchet can push in transition. Hatchet comes off one screen. Down low. Another turnover. Peristeri just can't take care of the ball. Now Bros Bamberg. Can they punish him? Obasohan. Strong drive. Goes all the way. Gets rejected. Well, Moses said not in my house. He's got Moses to his right. Kingsley Moses. No foul called. And now Bros Bamberg. We got a situation. Technical foul's been called on the bench for Peristeri. So now, Bros Bamberg are going to get free throws and they're going to get the ball back. Look at this. Oh, that's clean to me. That's good defense by Stuckney. So again, Peristeri just completely capitulating. Harris Lee comes back in the game along with Semfelder. They got to play disciplined basketball now. They can't afford any more slip-ups. Seven-point lead now to Bros Bamberg. They're going to have the ball back after this technical foul. Comes a double team down low. Well, Paraslee's wide open, doesn't get the ball in the lane. Kicks out Stuckney. Paraslee, this time he gets it from the corner, doesn't get the three-pointer. Again, Bros Bamberg get another offensive rebound. Here comes the situation. Gray, one screen, doesn't use it very well, but down low to Yannick Moreira. Moreira backs down, goes in the middle. Yannick Moreira simply unstoppable. What's the same move that he made in the first quarter, right off the first play. Carbon copy. Here comes a double team now, and they got a wide open play if they move the ball well. In the lane, goes up with it. No foul called. Moses with a loose ball. And now Scoochie Smith in transition. Moreira back to him, goes up, lays it up off the backboard. Peristeri punish him in transition. Graham Blake just did well to the contact. And now it's timeout to Bros Bamberg. Rose Bamberg had the momentum going in their way. Again, Peristeri just keep chipping back at them. Rose Bamberg only 5 for 11 from within the rainbow, but also 5 for 12 from the perimeter. So both percentages 45 and 42, while Peristeri Windmasters is only 1 for 5 from three-point land, but have shot 69% from within the rainbow. And again, that's just down to the efforts they got with Skordilis, Yannick Marrera, and Kingsley Moses. It's about a team who's just staying in this game. Imagine if they catch 5 from the perimeter. Now, William Hatcher hasn't had many good looks from the perimeter this evening, so it will be interesting if they get some good looks from three-point land.
Defense on 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, we got 3 fouls.
Here was the Brian Blake give and go with Yannick Marrera. A bit of contact, went up underneath, and a strong finish. Well, simple pass, cut, dish off. Good hands by Blake. Sam Murray now checks back in just to give probably Rose Bamberg a little bit more size and depth on the defense as well as the offense in the paint. A little bit of full court pressure from Peristeri Windmasters all the way. Bit of contact, doesn't get it. They come up with a loose ball now. Xanthopoulos cut this deficit down. Ray had the three-pointer, kicks it out to Blake for a handoff. Takes a three-pointer, good look from it, way off the mark. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Rose Bamberg ball. Well, the reason right now that that Peristeri Windmasters is struggling to shoot perimeter shots is they're just not moving the ball right now and getting those open looks, and it's just too easy on defense for Bamberg. Credit to Rose Bamberg's defense. I mean, well, another foul is called. This time it's on Xanthopoulos, so it will be 2 free throws for Paris Lee. Already under 5 minutes, and again, Peristeri put Rose Bamberg in the penalty. That's a 15 foul, so looking for a handoff now, gives it back to Paris Lee. He kicks it out. Well, thought about taking a three-pointer for the shot clock now. He's got to pull up from 15 feet, takes it, doesn't get it. Rebound by Marrera. And now Xanthopoulos can just push this one. Xanthopoulos now gives it back to Yannick Marrera. Gets another handoff. In the lane, goes up, strong layup by Vasilis Xanthopoulos. Well, he has been known to do that, to get in the lane and just go within the big men. Well, Sam Murray with time and space in the lane, doesn't get it. Rebound by Kingsley Moses. Now they can tie the game up with a three-pointer. Backs down the lane, goes up with a reverse layup, gets the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Strong move by Blake. Well, it's a lot better now from Peristeri Windmasters. You can see them moving the ball a lot better, but getting themselves into stronger, more dangerous positions. Brian Blake now one of these players who's got a lot of experience. Him only 23 years of age, but actually last season played in Germany. Played his university basketball at 3 different places. Played at Chice College, North Idaho College, and the University of Idaho. A very, very good season. Originally from Garfield, Seattle, Washington. That's the second free throw. It's down to a 1-point ball game. So I think that Rose Bamberg led by as many as 12 points has been cut down now to only 1. Bit of pressure from Peristeri. Peristeri have only made 1 3-point field goal in this game. Rose Bamberg with 5 3-pointers so far, which they got in the first quarter. Singfelder now gets a handoff. In the lane now, bit of contact, goes up, tough shot, doesn't get it. Good defense by Yannick Moreira. And now Peristeri can push in transition. Xanthopoulos now gives the ball up. Down low to Moses. Moses gets up a tough jump hook off the backboard, doesn't get it. It's a loose ball. Looking to kick this one out. They got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pick and roll, Moreira. Kicks out. Blake in the lane. Blake puts up a tough floater, doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds, so it will be Peristeri Windmasters ball with a fresh 14. Xanthopoulos now, you can see when he plays a point guard role, causes all sorts of problems as it knows how to get into space and gaps, and gets a ball inbound to Moses. Moses backs down, tries to go around. It's up a tough jump hook. Kingsley Moses, are you serious? Well, he held that with one hand. Held the ball with one hand and took a tough shot. Bamberg have not scored for 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so now they trail this one by 1 point. They were leading by as many as 12. Rain now sets the screen. Sengfelder kicks out to Paris Lee. Down low to as the spin goes baseline. Holding double team goes up. Tough shot, and that is what Asen Murray does. Asen Murray is just too big and strong. Backs down like a lumberjack. Gets you in the lane. Somehow finds a way to score. I mean, look at this. Holds off Yannick Moreira, then avoids a block by Kingsley Moses. I mean, that is a tough move by the Egyptian international. But look at this one by Kingsley Moses. Holds it in one hand and somehow gets the drop. It's a 1 point lead to Bros Bamberg. Just over 3 minutes to go now. It looks like Xanthopoulos just going to go to the bench and take a breather. I mean, Xanthopoulos for me is one of the ultimate backup point guards here in Europe, and we saw that with Ike. Hopefully he's not hurt too badly. There you can see, he just got an elbow in the face. Accidental elbow from his teammate Kingsley Moses. Gucci Smith now keeps his dribble alive. Smith kicks in the corner. Moses tries a three, doesn't get it. I want to show Kingsley Moses the player you want, taking those perimeter shots. Sengfelder goes pick and pop, takes a three, but oh, baby! Sinks it from downtown. Sengfelder nails a triple. It's a handoff now. Another one now takes in the lane. It's a tough 15-foot jump shot. Doesn't get it, goes out of bounds. It will be Peristeri Windmasters ball. Well, there was the pick and pop and just took the three-pointer. And tucked away. So the double change is going to happen now. So Nelson Wiedemann is going to come back in the game, who's 2 for 3 from the perimeter so far this evening, along with Vasilis Vasilopoulos. Asen Murray gets called for the foul. He knocked over Gontakos, who was just trying to cut to the baseline, but Asen Murray, just a very strong player. Handoff with Scoochie Smith. Smith the three. Scoochie Smith can't get it. And the perimeter shooting by Peristeri Windmasters has just been pretty awful tonight. It's the pick and pop now. Asen Murray going to take it in the lane. Asen Murray dishes off, gets his own dribble back. This time does dish up, and Sengfelder lays it up. And it's started by Asen Murray. Asen Murray is simply a tough player to guard in the low block. He's got a slight delay in game, so officials just looking at the shot clock. see right now the rebounds just being won by Peristeri Windmasters, who will actually be now rebounding in the first quarter. They've done a better job with the likes of Kingsley Moses and Yannick Marrero out there. Right now some perimeter shooting that's letting them down. They only have one three-point field goal so far here in the first half. It's just a case of moving the ball and getting into open spots. But right now you can see they're trying to play an offense where it's 4 out and 1 in with Kingsley Moses, but there needs to be more movement off the ball, maybe a couple of penetrations, make the defense collapse, and you got to do some of those wide open shooters. Murray's just got good hands underneath the basket. Again, I love a passing big man who can just see everything that's around him. They beat the full court pressure now. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Should have taken a jump shot, and again they turn it over now. Transition, Paris Lee, can he pull up for the three? Doesn't take it. Murray's back down in the low block. Strong move goes up. Murray gets a foul. And go back to the free throw line for 2 shots. Strong move as he draws a foul on Gonticus. Murray, as we mentioned, now having played in this Champions League with 3 different teams, along with Medi Bayreuth, a rival team here in Germany, and also last season with Kunada Kashiaka. The thing about Sam Murray is he really likes to cement himself in the low block, and every time he gets the ball, he's so dangerous because he's also a big post player that can see everything around him and make some good passes. It's now back to a 7-point lead. It's amazing how Peristeri worked so hard to get back in the lead by 1, and we got to do it all over again. Off the screen, pulls up, tough shot, doesn't get it. Rebound by Murray, and now Book can push in transition. Now looking to shake and bake on an isolation, comes off one screen, steps back, pulls up for a three-pointer. Paris Lee doesn't get it. They're going for an offensive rebound. Christoph Senkfelder thought about pulling the trigger, doesn't take it. Well, Senkfelder's wide open under the basket. They kick it out. They try another three-pointer, doesn't get it. Peristeri come up with a loose ball. All the way, what a play. What if I missed a layup? Well, Brandon Blake's got to finish that one. Both teams now just playing a little bit clumsy. 5 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Paris Lee crosses over in the lane. Force up a pass. Murray gets rejected. Well, what a block. Brandon Blake came in and just denied a Sam Murray a free lunch, and that's one way to recover. Well, looks like there's under 2 seconds on the shot clock, so it will be Boris Bamberg ball just in the corner of the sideline. Smart timeout now by Coach Rob Moores, because by the end of the first half, they lead this one by 7. He probably just wants to drop one last play to get a good shot off. I think it's under 2 seconds on the shot clock, but Peristeri Windmasters already have 6 blocks here in the first half, and it's quite a high amount of blocks to see here from a team, while Boris Bamberg only have 1. You got players like Kingsley Moses along with Yannick Marrero. It's more than likely you got to get a few blocks. And again, it's also the backcourt. As you saw, Brandon Blake came in and just denied Sam Murray a free lunch.
You go to the corner and Nelson, you follow behind. We have 2 seconds, okay? Guys, after we have the foul to give. Come back on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, hey, foul to give.
Am Samstag feiert der Bauernverein Sports sein 10-jähriges Jubiläum. Die Großartige aus der Bauernorganisation für über 20 Vereine aus Bamberg und der Umgebung probieren die verschiedensten Sportarten einfach mal aus.
1.9 on the shot clock to get it inbound. He's got to shoot it. Force up a tough one off the backboard. Doesn't get it. Get the offensive rebound, but it's a shot clock violation. So we'll be Peristeri Windmasters ball with 3.8 to go here in the first half. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout now to the team from Athens. I'm surprised to see that Peristeri Windmasters outscoring them in the paint 22-14, but again, it's the perimeter shooting that's led them down this evening. They haven't shot the ball very well from the perimeter. Only made one three-point field goal. Now, if you're Peristeri Windmasters, you got to think about it. 3.8 left here in the first half. You got the ball. You want to put all your shooters on the court. There you can see Lua Linde, 2 meters and 3 centimeters. The defensive play is going to try and put a lot of pressure on Xanthopoulos. Now, a tough situation because they got to go full court. Now, it's actually 5.4. They've corrected it. This will be an interesting play. They got enough time to inbound it and dribble the ball up the court. It looks like they've got a lot of shooters. Xanthopoulos gets it into Scoochie Smith. Smith looks like he's going to go all the way. He's got a second left. Smith pulls up for 3. Off the backboard. Scoochie Smith right at the end of the first half. Are you serious? Nobody stopped out to put a hand up. Makes the three-pointer. And he cuts it down to a 4-point ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, game day 6 of the Basketball Champions League. It is our host, Brose Bamberg, who lead this one by 4 against our visitors from the outskirts of Athens. There you can see Yannick Moreira, the big man, played for the Angola national team at the FIBA World Cup. But that is as it stands here at the end of the first half. It is the Brose Bamberg hosts here, lead by 4, 42-38. Well, we'll show you some highlights, show you some stats. Go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, because we'll be back for the second half in literally 15 minutes. That was a beautifully set up play there. You can see the stats. 57% from within the rainbow, 22% the second, 3-point field goal. That is as it stands. Seinfeld now chipping in 9 points while Gray has 7, but that is as it stands at the end of the first half. Bamberg in control, leading this one by 4 points. We'll be back for the second half in literally under 14 minutes. Lewis.
Trying to find a way through, and he does brilliantly. Couple of hesitations, and he finally got the space, and he finished left-handed. 9 points for Lewis.
Filippovity, they just said go to the basket. Here we go. Oh, and he gets protected. And the ball batted out of bounds. It's going to be, look at this, Mr. McAdoo.
5-second difference between shot and game clocks here. Alley-oop, slam dunk. Down big by Tony Wroten. More points in the paint.
Off one screen now. What a pass. Oh, baby. What a throwdown. And it's that big fella. And it's number 21, Kamari Murphy. Just caught it off the pick and roll. What a pass by Trevay Simpson.
And now the alley-oop. Oh, how about that from half court? And it's Bolster that throws it down. Another assist for Klein. 14 points the difference. No look pass. Oh, the dunk. Bradovich with the dunk.
Every time they attack the basket, they want to rip the ring down. Another alley-oop. Oh, no way. He did it again. Terry is the flying man out there. He wants to rip it all down. I can't believe what we're seeing right now.
Thompson rolling to the ring. Here he is now. Spins, goes along the baseline, throws it down. Well, he had the #1 play last week, and that might be in the top 10 once again. Siobhan Thompson, the reverse over Mustafa Fowl. Huertas. Oh, they find Salim wide open. The flare is good. What execution from Tenerife. Big time shot from Sasu Salim.
Extra pass, Saros puts it on the floor, goes strong, oh! Put an exclamation mark under that performance. But watch this, highlight time. Saros has been unbelievably good.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half here in the Basketball Champions League between our host, Brose Bamberg, and the visitors from Greece, Athens. Styria Windmasters. It's been an exciting first half. As you saw, we ended the first half with Scoochie Smith nailing the three-pointer off the backboard right at the end of the buzzer beater. We just wondered now what kind of start these two teams will come back out. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. These two teams have really been gunning for it. Styria Windmasters only with 2 3-point field goals, while Brose Bamberg currently with 7 of them. But you know, the guys from Athens are dominating the ball in the low block and getting some good open looks. But we will see how it unfolds here. And Moreira now picked up 2 fouls in succession in the first 2 plays of the game. And picked up a third one literally at the beginning of the second quarter when he got back into the game. He's going to have to be smart now and make sure that he doesn't pick up any more, because they've got 6 block shots as a team so far, which is great defensive work from the big men. And we need both Yannick Moreira and Kingsley Moses in the latter stages of this game. They're going to come out with a 4th victory here in the Basketball Champions League. Remember, both these two teams now 3 wins and 2 losses. Bamberg now 3 wins on the trot after losing their 2 opening games to Nizhny Novgorod and to Irabasket Nymburk. A lot of changes happening, Brose Bamberg. Remember, this was a team that made it to the Final Four last year, but there's been a lot of new faces. New coach Roel Moors, who also made it to the Final Four last season with Telenet Giants Antwerp. They're trying to be very collective now and come together. Panagiotis Vasilopoulos. Vasilopoulos was a player that, as we mentioned, 35 years of age, representing Greece at all levels. Olympic World Championship. And the Eurobasket, won the Eurobasket 2005 as a youngster when he was playing top level, and then hit a silver medal in Japan in 2006, where he played for a Greek team that defeated LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony on one team. And it's a story that he will tell his children for the rest of his life, probably. He beat LeBron James. Well, we start the second half now, and Smith will bring the ball up for Styria Windmasters. The atmosphere in this arena getting completely electrifying. So Lopez thought about taking the 3 now, gives it back to William Hatcher. Comes back into this one. Takes a tough shot. William Hatcher. Well, I was going to say it was a tough, probably not the best shot, but he sinks it anyway. Good time shot by Will Hatcher. Last year played for PAOK in the Basketball Champions League and also played for Dinamo Sassari and a season in Serbia in the inaugural season of the Champions League. Now Paris Lee in the lane. Kicks in the corner. Linde, can he make it? Looks off, doesn't get it. This time Yannick Moreira is the one who gets fouled. Now Styria with a chance to tie the game up or possibly take the lead if they make a 3-pointer, but Scoochie Smith will bring the ball up. To Vasilopoulos now, gets another hand up with Scoochie Smith down to Vasilopoulos. Vasilopoulos makes a contact. There's the foul, and now he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Vasilopoulos, the current captain of Styria Windmasters, originally from Marousi, Athens, just like Xanthopoulos, sorry. And he started his career in Thessaloniki with PAOK. He also played for Aris Salonika in the 2017-18 season for a little while before moving back to Athens. He won the championship with Ike. Well, the only season that he's ever played outside of Greece was in the 2013-14 regular season, where he played with Valladolid in the ACB in Spain. Makes both free throws and turns the game up with Styria. Well, they almost turn it over. Full court pressure now. Wasn't too many problems, but 8-second violation. Sorry, I will be quiet. I was talking about the full-court pressure. Looking standard for a breakdown for Bruce Bamberg, but they completely turned it over. 8-second violation. Excellent defense by Peristeri Windmasters. So often you see a zone press here in professional basketball and just easily broken down. And remember, these teams, we practice twice a day and again, used to breaking down zones, breaking down the man-to-man defense and press, full-court presses, but you see Bruce Bamberg get caught out with the 8-second violation. Smith gives a tough pass now to Hatcher. Hatcher now with 2 on the shot clock. He's got to shoot it. Fades away. Did he get it off? No, 24-second violation. Oh, no, looks like they called a foul. So William Hatcher did well there. Make the back down against Paris Lee. Draw the foul now. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's the 13th foul of the third quarter for Bruce Bamberg. Paris Lee looks furious. Again, the experience of William Hatcher 4 times now in the Basketball Champions League with 4 different clubs. The Globetrotters you see him play sometimes with is just excellent ability to get a shot off. And this is a guy that knows how to break defenders down and can find an Achilles of anybody that's guarding him. Makes the first free throw. Hatcher can't get the second one. Can't come back to haunt them. They're still continue with the full court pressure. They almost turn it over again, but trying to get the ball back. He comes up one screen with a Sept-Mare in the lane. Paris Lee goes up, puts up a circus shot, doesn't get it. He come up with a loose ball, and now build on their 1-point lead. Scoochie Smith with the ball in his hands. Smith shakes and banks in the lane. Bit of contact. Scoochie off to Yannick Marrera. Doesn't get it. Here's Bamberg. Take the lead here. In the lane, dish it off. A Sept-Mare kicks out. Paris Lee pump fakes, kicks in the corner. Linde Long, 2 foot on the line. Sinks it. Ooh, it looked like a 2-pointer. It looked like his foot was on the line. They've done that. It's not a 3-point field goal. Hatcher heavily guarded. Bit of contact, tons of Will Hatcher. Will they get it back? And again, Hatcher gets bailed out there because in my mind, there's a situation he should have given the ball up. And again, look at this. Paris Lee pump fakes and gives out to Linde. Just has his foot on the line and nails it right in the corner. Peristeri has the chance to take the lead back to get a handoff with Hatcher. Yannick Marrera. Hatcher goes in the lane, puts up a little teardrop, airballs it. Sept-Mare with a rebound. Paris Lee crosses over, kicks in the corner. Senkfelder for another 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Good job on the rebounds, and now Peristeri can push in transition. Down pass, lays it up with a slam jam. What a fast break by Peristeri. Good pass by William Hatcher, and just gives it the throwdown. Linde made one shot down low to Sept-Mare. Sept-Mare uses it, and he just gives it a sweet little dunk. Right off the push-up. Sept-Mare, one of the toughest post players here in the Basketball Champions League. Scoochie Smith now comes up one screen now, looking for options, goes in the left. Scoochie Smith. Scoochie Smith goes in the lane. With a step back now, looking for options, gives up to Sept-Mare. Sept-Mare backdoor play, turns it over. Yannick Marrera the steal. Now Hatcher on the ball, down low to Vasilopoulos. Peristeri now starting to build a bit of momentum. Vasilopoulos fades away in the lane, way off the mark, doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds, and Bamberg turn it over. Sept-Mare just stepped out of bounds. He caught it off the rebound. It's going to be baseline ball now to Peristeri. This will be very, very tough at the moment. Hatcher now gets a handoff with Yannick Marrera. Marrera takes it in the lane. is going to be tempo now. Very, very key as Paris Lee comes off one screen. Takes it in the lane, doesn't get it. There was a handoff there. You see Yannick Marrero just took it in the lane and gave it an easy layup. Well, in the lane now. Takes it in. Paris Lee has to kick it out, and they turn it over again, and now Sochan now looks like he's going to come back into the game, and again, it's just the stability that Broos Bamberg is struggling with, and now they find themselves down by 3 points. Smith shakes and bakes in the lane, dishes off. Now they turn it over. Make a couple of changes. Paris Lee looks like he's going to go to the bench. Sochan comes in and the assistant in the lane makes it, and he lays it up. Tough. Now you can see already Aristeri trying to get things going. Bit of contact. Scoochie Smith turns it over. Now in transition with Senkfelder. They can take the lead here as they trail by 1. 3 in the corner. 3 is up. 3 is tucked away. And now it's a 2-point lead to Broos Bamberg. Download to Vasilopoulos now. Vasilopoulos. And now we've got 3:45 to go here in the third quarter. Sochan now pulls up for a three-pointer. Sochan in and out of Seth Murray with the offensive rebound. Got to go up with it. Big man goes, gets rejected. Yannick Marrero with another big-time block. Well, it's a tie game of 51 apiece. Paris Lee Windmasters can start to build on the momentum and the sling the lead here at the end of the third quarter. Vasilopoulos now looking to go pick and roll. In the lane, Hatcher puts up a tough shot way off the mark. Yannick Marrero tries to fight for the rebound, but it goes out of bounds, and now it will be Paris Lee Windmasters' ball. Beautiful ball move. It just got the ball in the lane, and again, nailed the 3 in the corner. There's a screen now in the lane. Seth Murray just went up and gave it a throwdown. Big man from Egypt. Where they got to be big now on the screen. The pick and pop play. Well, I'm in space. Got to take it in the lane. Looks like he's going to back down against Skordilis. The muscles kicks it out. Can he make another one? Oh, baby! From downtown gives Broos Bamberg a 3-point lead. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Screen by Vasilopoulos now looking for the pick and pop, and Hatcher steps back, and Hatcher in and out, doesn't get it. Skordelis with a rebound. He'll kick it out. Pull another foul. Sengfelder looks like he's going to go to the bench, and there's the wide open three from Oba Sohan from downtown. Just punishing him from the perimeter. Makes another one. 14 foul now for Brose Bamberg with 2:33 to go here in the third quarter. Well, the question's going to be now is, what Peristeri have to do to sort of get back in this one? Do they go for the three-pointer? The movement's got to be better off the ball. Gray off one screen now. Pulls up for a tough shot from 15. He tucks it away. What a shot by Gray. Doesn't get himself in the net, but he cuts it down to a one-point ball game. Sohan now look for the pick and pop of Olinde. Screen now looking to kick it out. Olinde's made one shot from out there. Makes another one. Puts him up by 4 points. And Brose Bamberg are just lighting it up from the perimeter this evening. Well, they're shooting very well from three-point land. It's down to the movement at 9 for 22 from the perimeter. Well, they've only taken 10 three-point field goals. They've made 2. Xanthopoulos gives up to Skordelis. Skordelis pumps. He should have shot the ball. He's got to shoot it. Going to get caught for 3 seconds. Fades away off the backboard. Nails it. Did he call bank? Well, he definitely kissed it off the backboard. Skordelis with the fadeaway. Cuts it down to a 2-point ball game with just over 1.5 to go here in the third quarter. Sohan now looking to go with the roll, but Olinde turn it over. Well, diving on the floor. Gets it. It's going to be a jump ball situation now. It will be Brose Bamberg ball because Peristeri Windmasters got the possession at the beginning of the third quarter, which now means that Peristeri will get the ball at the beginning of the fourth quarter. There was the pick and pop with Olinde. 4.7 on the shot clock now for Brose Bamberg to get one last shot off. It's more than enough time to get it and probably even take a penetration to the basket, possibly a kick out, but every decision's got to be quick and crisp. Get the ball in bound now. 4 seconds ago. Crosses over in the lane. Bit of contact. Skordelis. Oh, nails it off the backboard. That's how you get a shot off right at the last second. Vasilopoulos now only guarded in the full court. It's a handoff now with Xanthopoulos. Xanthopoulos in the lane. He tries to throw a lob. A bit of a mix-up now with Skordelis, but they just calm the situation down a bit. That was a beautiful move. I mean, again, used his body so well to make the contact. The officials just trying to calm things down with Olinde and Kingsley Moses. And these players have to be smart right now. Don't want to get pulled for anything silly. Back door puts it up off the backboard, and he cuts it back down to a 2-point lead. Salustris made the great move off the ball. 1 minute to go now in the third quarter. Brose Bamberg lead this one by 2 points, 59 to 57. Hand off now. One screen down low, the big man. Big man kicks it out. Olinde, he's been on fire so far. Doesn't get it. Now, 7 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Peristeri Windmasters tie the game up with a 2, possibly in a back 8-second violation. That is the second time we've seen that from either of these two teams in this game in a lackadaisical era. Xanthopoulos, 25 years of age, one of your most experienced point guards. Gotta be more smart than that. Shot clock now for Brose Bamberg. The crossover in the lane. Foul has been called. It's on Xanthopoulos. It's only the second team foul, so it'll be a shooting foul, that's for sure. So we'll be sideline ball. So I think they're going to call this one baseline, I think. We'll go sideline to Peristeri. Sorry, to Brose Bamberg. ball inbound now. Throw this one down for the last shot. Second now. Between his legs, shakes and bakes, kicks this one out. Looks in the lane, draws another foul. And it's not a bad foul because it's only the third team foul, so maybe a sideline ball too. Rose Bamberg yet again. Well, Jonas Agravanis will check back into the game. Monticus, Omlin, Kingsley Moses, Crystal Salustris in the lineup. Got for Rose Bamberg, Elias Harris, Trey McLean, Oba Sohan, Louis Alinde, Cameron Taylor out there. 1.9, maybe enough time to get a bounce and a shot off. Again, he's got to fade away from the corner right at the end of the third quarter. Doesn't get it. In the third quarter, Bamberg, who is in the lead, 9-57 here. D6 of the Basketball Champions League. Group C fixture between 4th and 5th place. Both teams now 3 wins and 2 losses in the regular season. 4th year of the Basketball Champions League. Live at the Barrage Arena. Bamberg 49% from the perimeter, 42% from within the rainbow, while Paris Sturi Windmasters 58% from within the rainbow, 90% from the free throw line. So the issue they've had is they just haven't shot well from the perimeter, but they haven't really taken a lot of three-pointers in this game. Let's see how it goes here. 1 quarter to go now. Each team is going to go 4 wins and 2 losses here in game day 6.
Bei dir ja, nein, bist alleine noch. Ihr 2 davor, auch nicht, doch, no. Aber die hätten sie jetzt noch geküsst, also ein Wert hier immer noch. Mit 6 Minus 9 noch ein DG und so eine Kiste. Da ist er noch Belgien. Also, bitte kurz, Dankeschön. Heute es gibt für jeden Tankstellen, sondern Dankeschön fürs Mitmachen.
All right, now we begin the 4th quarter. Paris Sturi Windmasters trail this one by 2 points. Rose Bamberg to build on their lead. Sohan now under 10 on the shot clock. 2 3-pointers in the third quarter. Looking to isolate, kicks this one out, turns it over. Well, didn't see where Louis Alinde was, and a costly turnover for Rose Bamberg. It's not the way they want to start the 4th quarter, especially when you're leading by 2 points. And again, gotta be aware of where you're throwing the passes. Alinde was ready to shoot that one. Donicus now gets a hand up. Gives up to Kingsley Moses. Moses not going anywhere with the ball, but kicks out to Xanthopoulos. Right now. 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up for a tough 3-point, and the 3-point misery still continues, but Paris Sturi comes up with a loose ball. 10 on the shot clock now, looking to go pick and roll with Kingsley Moses. Xanthopoulos all the way. Xanthopoulos ties this game up. Well, he went in like Nikos Gallus. He ties it up at 59 apiece. Strong layup by Xanthopoulos. But now, Napoli takes another 3-pointer. Doesn't get it. This time, Paris Sturi come up with a loose ball. Loose ball foul has been called. Salustris secured the rebound. Look at this by Xanthopoulos. Uses the screen so effectively. Look how he protects the basketball. That is Nikos Gallus here in the late 2000s. Backdoor plays, got to go up with it. Salustris with another step. Moses now kicks back out to Xanthopoulos. 2:06 on the shot clock now. Xanthopoulos down low. Wolganicus goes up. No and one called. Well, it looked like the foul was definitely before the basket, so see the replay of it. What a great cut by Gonticus. Get the pass by Xanthopoulos. Well, his Xanthopoulos now. I don't know, I mean, to me, that looks like he was in the process of shooting, so it's a tough one. And the officials made a valid point there that the foul was definitely on the ground, but again, he was in the process of getting the ball and going in for the layup, so sometimes you see them given, sometimes not, so it's a very tough one, but the officials have a better eye than we do, of course. The backdoor play, and they almost turn over. They do that. Those Bamberg come up with a loose ball. Sohan goes all the way. But now he's on Xanthopoulos. So Sohan now will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Again, look at this aggressive drive. Crosses over, keeps it alive, doesn't get it, but strong move by Redenow, but Sohan. Originally from Belgium, in the city of Antwerp, where he played his university basketball with the University of Alabama. He started his pro career sitting against Avellino. Races, and then brief stint in the NBA G League with the Arizona Suns last year before making his move back to Germany, where he also played in 2018. Can't make the second free throw, goes out of bounds, and it will be Perry-Seri Windmasters ball. Hamburg lead this one by 1 point. Gonticus now dribbles the ball over the half court. It's a hand up with Vasilop. Xanthopoulos, sorry. Xanthopoulos now with 7 on the shot clock, goes all the way, doesn't get it. Well, Kingsley Moses goes in and he clears up and he looks him down. Now Kingsley Moses is going to get a technical foul. Kingsley Moses, after making such a great play, gave it a throwdown, taunted him, and now he picks up a technical. That is just silly. I mean, look at this. Xanthopoulos goes in wild lamp. Kingsley Moses comes in, rips the ring down, stares it down, and gives it right to Alinde. I mean, those two have been talking all game, but Moses says, I'm taking over with the throwdown. Oh, it's a technical foul, so you got to understand the fact at this level, emotions are high, and Kingsley Moses and Louis Alinde, they've been competing all night and did a bit of trash talking. Unfortunately for Kingsley Moses, you got to keep it cool at this time. Now they've tied the game up 61 apiece with just under 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Defining dunk that just set the tone, really, in this game. Almost turned it over to get it in. Picks out big time three-pointer. Come up with enough rebound. We'll kick it out one more time. Gonticus now puts his hand up to signify that the foul is on him, and we got a tie game. What a game it's been. These two teams, the difference between these two teams is one shoots the ball well from the perimeter. And another technical foul has been called. This time it's on Salustris. Well, Salustris has been called for a technical. What the officials deemed has been a flop, I guess. That's 2 technical fouls that Perry-Seri picked up in under a minute. Not sure now if the technical's been called. Well, yeah, I believe it has been called still, sorry. It has been shot, so Sohan now pulls up for another three-pointer. Gets it to drop. Well, just got the magic drop there. Hit the back of the rim and then just stayed there on the basket. big now from Paris 3 Windmasters. They got to respond to it now. 2 technical fouls, and they bounce back from the adversity. Kingsley Moses in the lane. Kingsley Moses gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. You can see right there, one thing on his mind. He's turning into Moses Airlines. Three-point shot. Just got the nice little drop off the back of the rim and almost hit the Champions League logo, I think. Spot on the money, hit it. That is the money ball if you think about it. Well, Moses missed the first free throw again. Four-point deficit now. Paris 3 Windmasters makes the second free throw, cuts it down to a 3-point ball game. They turn it over. Linde keeps it alive now. Paris 3 Windmasters just too slow to react on defense. They did the good job on full court press, but Bamberg is too sharp and keep it alive. And the lane goes up with a little jump hook, doesn't get it. Big rebound by Gontikas. Santhopoulos now gives up to Gray. He's being called off the ball, and that's a 4th-team foul. But both of these two teams, one more foul and they'll be in the penalty. Well, Linde's going to go to the bench. Got to get it down to get it with Gontikas now. Hand off Santhopoulos. Kicks out big time three-pointer. Still can't get it. I think that'd be the difference in this game, is that the fact Paris 3 Windmasters just can't nail it from downtown. Sohan now kicks out to Stuckey. Another kick out. Well, he's made one three-pointer. Takes another one. Doesn't get it. They secure the rebound. Moses with a handoff for Santhopoulos. Santhopoulos with one screen, kicks out. Another screen in the lane. Moses now has got to shoot it, steps back, tough shot from 15 feet, doesn't get it. Now Peristeri just unable to buy a bucket now. Bros Bamberg build on the 3-point lead. Moses in the lane. Well, what a play. Took it all the way to the basket. Avoided the block. You can see Renton over Sohan. There's a few words for Gontikas. Timeout now to Peristeri as they trail this one by 5 points. Gontikas looked like he got a little bit of shot to the back of the head. So far, you can see 2 for 12 from the perimeter. Just hasn't been good enough for Peristeri Basketball Club, and it's something they're going to have to get back on this game. If they win or lose this one, and think what they got to do to improve. Five and a half now to go here in the 4th quarter. See, Gontikas has to go to the bench, but he's got an elbow to the back of the neck, which I'm not sure what happened. Santhopoulos now gives up to Gray. Gray's been very quiet so far in the second half. It makes a bit of contact, no foul call, force it up. Bamberg come up with the ball. Xanthopoulos has come over to steal, and they don't get it again. We gotta love about Brose Bamberg. It looks like they're about to turn the ball over. They just keep it alive. Paris Lee in the lane. Paris Lee, tough, doesn't get it. Vasilopoulos with a rebound. Xanthopoulos now, I believe, will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That's the 15th foul. There was the shot. See, they're just going in for a rebound, but it's quite aggressive. But Elias Harris just completely knocks over Xanthopoulos. Sam Murray's going to come back in the game and probably just give Bamberg that bit of stability and size inside what they need. Murray goes to the bench for Peristeri. Free throws now for Xanthopoulos. Makes the first one. Interesting lineup. You see no William Hatcher in there, no Scoochie Smith. Xanthopoulos, Salusris, Vasilopoulos. Hatcher has just checked into the game. We still have Kingsley Moses, doesn't get it, but Vasilopoulos gets the offensive rebound. Vasilopoulos, big time three-pointer, doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds. Keep it alive. Four-point ball game. 4.5 here. Paris Lee splits the defense. Down the middle now. Paris Lee looks for the backdoor play. Sengfeld goes up with it. No foul called. Violation there against Brose Bamberg. I think it was a hold on the ring. I'd say Sengfeld's got to make that move going to the basket. Pass by Paris Lee. And again, the cut's amazing. I mean, he does so well there, but four-minute mark to here in the fourth quarter. Peristeri trail this one by 4. Hatcher on the ball, puts it up, doesn't get it. Moses can't secure it, diving on the floor for it. Jump ball situation now. I believe that will be Peristeri Windmaster's ball because Bamberg had the first possession of the fourth quarter. That's why you have a player like Kingsley Moses just able to muscle his way in the low block and use the size and strength. Vasilopoulos goes in, lays it up, and the veteran, cool as you like in the lane, cuts into a 2-point ball game. Forward to go here in the fourth quarter. Solheim now gives the ball up. Hand up for Paris Lee. Paris Lee in the lane, back to Sam Murray. Sam Murray gets fouled. Now Sam Murray will go to the free throw line, and that's why you have the international Egyptian out there, because after he sets a screen, he's just so big and strong and mobile. On Will Hatch. It's only a second personal foul, but not too much of an issue. Well, these are big free throws now for Sam Murray. Just over 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. He loses by 2 points, 67-65. Well, he missed the first one. Could that come back to haunt them? Pro basketball, you just got to make your free throws. You never want to look back on a game and think, outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. Makes the second one, 1 for 2 from the stripe. Now it's a 3-point lead to Brose Bamberg. Well, Jonas Agravanis checks into the game in a left-handed perimeter shooter. He only has 2 points tonight. Pull up, Peristeri. Actually did well there just to intercept the pass between Agravanis and Moses because into the backcourt. Hatcher forces up another 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Was that the best shot to go? Tried to go with the tiebreaker. Hatcher has forced up a lot of shots this evening. Ball now. Murray once in the low block, now he gets it. Spins around, goes in again. It's up tough shot, doesn't get it. Moses with a rebound. Surprised how well he did to get the shot. I've had two post defenders on him and unable to get it. Big play now. Hatcher with the ball in his hands. Pick and roll. Back to Vasilopoulos. Kicks out. Will Hatcher can tie the game up with the three. In and out, doesn't get it. Moses with a rebound. He can't get it. The Paris Surrey Windmasters just can't buy a bucket right now. William Hatcher hesitated when he got the three-point shot, and unlike him now, they're 2 for 15 from the perimeter, only 13%. There's the difference between the team that goes for a win and the alley-oop is up. They intercept it. And again, Bros Bamberg can't capitalize. Neither team can make a bucket right now here. Hatcher goes off the screen. It's a pick and pop with Vasilopoulos. 10 on the shot clock now. Moses comes up with Vasilopoulos. Backdoor play. Moses under the basket, bangs around, goes up with a bit of contact. Traveling violation called. Moses came down with it. We haven't had a field goal now for over a minute. The team's looking a little bit fatigued, but right now, Bros Bamberg just holding on to that three-point lead. You can see the back down. Man, just look how physical both these players are. Moses backing in, but unable to get that last bit of strength to just go up with it. Bros Bamberg 2 minutes now with the ball. Now looking a little bit mentally fatigued as opposed to physical. We've got to switch now. Paris Lee got it by Vasilopoulos, but he gives the ball up to Alinde down low. Well, gets rejected by Kingsley Moses. What a defensive play. Moses, could that be the defining block? Singerfelder went up for the dunk, and again, it was just too soft, but Moses just completely denied him. Off another screen. Agravanis now takes it down the middle, spins around, and he turns it over. Man, oh, what a silly foul by Agravanis. What is he doing? I mean, okay, he's turned the ball over, but you got to play with intelligence at that level. No, 106, you're down by 3 points. Okay, you've turned it over, but there's no need to go in. I mean, he's got to be careful. Could have got an unsportsmanlike foul there. You can see Trey McLean signaling to the official, but the discipline from both teams, to that matter. I mean, Bamberg unable to really capitalize down the other end, but big free throws now. Can Sam Murray make both of these free throws and give a bit of daylight? Can't make the first one. He's missed 2 out of his last 3 free throw attempts. This is big. He's got to make this one. Sam Murray now takes the free throw. Missed them both. Well, the pressure just got to him. 1 for 4 from his last 2 attempts. So 1 for 4 from his last 2 trips of the free throw. Smith back in the game, splits the defense. Smith all the way, dish off to Moses. Moses in the lane, and Moses cuts into a 1-point ball game. And all of a sudden, Scoochie Smith comes in, and it's a different ball game. Paris Surrey Windmasters now cut it down to 1 point. Bros Bamberg have to call timeout. We got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Game day 6 of the Basketball Champions League. Under a minute to go. Who's going to win this one? Both of these two teams, 3-2. One of them is going to come out with a 4th victory tonight.
Try to get the ball here, Asim.
Well, there you can see right now, Coach Ro Moores exactly wants to throw the ball down to Sam Murray. Now, what they could do with Sam Murray is let him isolate in the post, which he's very effective at, but more importantly is they'll probably try and come over and double team him, which could leave a few players wide open for Bros Bamberg. I mean, game's in their hand. They do this 1 by 1. Coach Ro Moores really trying to get Bros Bamberg to go where their bread and butter is, and that is down low with a Sam Murray. The problem is, Murray gets fouled. He's only been 1 for 4 from the free throw line in his last 2 trips. What a play by Scoochie Smith, splitting the defense, but spotting out Kingsley Moses. I mean, look at this, 1-2 in the lane, fakes it. Moses under the basket. I wanted a throwdown, but in the end, just laid it up. Kingsley Moses, 11 points tonight. 1 rebound away from a double-double. Both these two teams now in the penalty, so we've got 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. There comes the full court pressure. Scoochie Smith guarding Paris Lee. It's a big possession now for Rose Bamberg. Ray looking for a handoff for Paris Lee. 6 on the shot clock. He's got to step back. Well, if he makes a three-pointer. What's up? What a play! Paris Lee threw up a circus shot. How did he do it off the glass? I cannot believe that. Paris Lee, are you serious? That is as tough a shot as it gets. Smith now on the ball in the lane. Smith splits the defense. Offensive foul called. Scoochie Smith, I cannot believe it. Right at the end. He came up and look at this, crosses back over and just throws it up a prayer. Kiss the glass. Those Bamberg mean business. I think it was a legal screen. I'm not sure what happened there. I see Coach saying to them, foul as soon as the ball gets in. There's a foul. They go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Got to feel for Paris Lee Windmasters. I mean, it's a tough situation, but Cameron Taylor going to go to the free throw line now. Hasn't shot a free throw tonight, but he has 3 points. He's 1 for 3 from the field. There's a 1 3-point field goal to go. Makes the free throw. He did what Asen Murray couldn't do in his last 4 free throw shots. Makes the first one. Missed the second one. Now, Paris Lee have to get the ball up the court. Hatcher throws it. Scoochie Smith lays it up in transition. And now it's a 2-point ball game. With 8.5 seconds to go here. That was a smart play by William Hatchett. Now this game, not over, ladies and gentlemen. It's now. It's a tough situation because you got to play good defense and make sure they come up with a steal. They got to foul quickly. Bamberg got to be smart here. They got to make sure they get the ball inbound, number 1. Just get fouled. Get the ball in the hand of a good free throw shooter. One more put every great shooter on the court, but Paris Lee Windmasters, they can see the 15 turnovers and 9 against Rose Bamberg. Been a big difference in this game. We'll see how this one plays out now. 8.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. What a play up in transition. Scoochie Smith did so well to run the break. The question is, it's got to be the defensive play of the season right now for Paris Lee Windmasters. Remember, if they don't come up with a steal or a turnover for Rose Bamberg, they got to foul immediately. Paris Lee Windmasters, you just got to deny the ball at all costs, and if you foul them on the deny, at least you stop them from getting the ball inbound. And got to switch all screens and foul Sengerfelder. So now Christian Sengerfelder will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. He's been 2 for 2 from the line this evening. Urbanis just came in for that play, so now they got Scoochie Smith, William Hatcher back in. Big free throws now from Sengerfeld. Gets the first one on the shooter's touch. Puts him back up by 3. Well, he missed it, and now they got a chance to tie the game up. Scoochie Smith. Well, Scoochie Smith threw it up, thought he was going to get fouled, and that was probably not the best play by Scoochie Smith. And at the end of this one, ladies and gentlemen, it is Rose Bamberg who win this one by 3 points, 72-69 against Paris Lee Windmasters. Scoochie Smith thought he made the contact, shot the ball, no foul was called. It is Rose Bamberg now who win their 4th game in a row. Paris Lee Windmasters, 15 turnovers, only 2 3-point field goals. Just wasn't enough to come up with a victory tonight here on the road in the city of Bamberg. What a game it was. In Group C, Bamberg now sort of secure themselves a little bit better now in the top 4 of this group. Peristeri Windmasters pick up now what is their 4th defeat so far in the group, and they've got a lot to think about. Still in the first half of the regular season of the Basketball Champions League, but I was hoping that Scoochie Smith would try and take that all away and get a 3-point shot off, but Andy, you can see only 2 for 16 from the perimeter tonight. Just wasn't enough. 26 for Solis, 46 from within the rainbow, but Rose Bamberg 10 for 27. Peristeri won the rebounds in this one, 42-35. Both teams with 14 assists each. Bamberg with 7 steals. Remember, Peristeri also had 9 blocks in this game. Over Sohan, their top scorer with 11, while Moses, top scorer with 11 for Peristeri. That is as it stands at the end of this one. We'll be heading back to Athens right now. Mediterranean, where the weather is still beautiful. What to think about now going into that next game next week here in the Champions League. And next now for these two teams, well, for Peristeri, it gets tougher as they'll be at home on Tuesday in 2 weeks on the 3rd of December as they take on here in Nymburk at home. Peristeri Arena. Rose Bamberg starting to look ahead now. Very well, the 4th victory on the road now, in a row, sorry, but for them it gets tougher. They'll be going to the Santiago Martin Arena. San Cristobal de La Ugana. They take on the first ever champions of the Basketball Champions League at Berestar Tenerife. Home fans will be joined occasionally. Rose Bamberg moved to 5 wins on a row. We will see. Players do their lap of honor. Appreciate the fans for their support. And the team that lost their first 2 games here in the Champions League, all of a sudden, just looking a lot more comfortable. It's that kind of game, that's for sure. You see there's some really good teams in this group. I mean, you got the likes of Berestar Tenerife, currently undefeated 6-0 at the top. Nymburk in 2nd place, 5-1. Nizhny Novgorod 3-3, but now Rose Bamberg will take the 3rd place spot as they go to 4-2. Much better since their opening start. Only KK Manaba are winless here in the group, 0-6, while VF Riga had that 1 victory. Except for 2 wins, but that was as it stands here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a little break now from the Champions League. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 3rd of December. You can see the follow-up by Kingsley Moses. That kind of evening here. Just what an atmosphere. These fans gave everything tonight to show their team came up with their final victory. Man, what a play. Well, tough play that. In this one, it's a great finish. What a definitely finish for both these two teams. You can see Rose Bamberg now looking a lot better. Well, again, you got to think as well, right next to these two teams. I mean, for the likes of Peristeri Windmasters, they got to ensure that next game they play here in the Basketball Champions League, that they shoot a lot better from the perimeter. I mean, you can't just be here on the road and only hit 2 3-point field goals. I mean, you lost by 3 points, but think about it, if they shot better from the perimeter, it could have been a different story for them tonight. I mean, they played very well within the paint. I mean, with the likes of Yannick Moreira and Kingsley Moses, but yeah, this is the Basketball Champions League, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we'll look at the standings. As we mentioned, looks like Rose Bamberg will move now to 3rd place with 4 wins and 2 losses. Nizhny Novgorod making that 4th place. Peristeri Windmasters now 3-3. They sit just outside the top 4. That is a position they don't want to be come the end of the season. Got to make sure they keep moving up. And as we said, it's tough for these two teams, games they got going on when we come back on the 3rd of December. But that is as it stands here tonight. We thank you for joining us here in the Bros Arena, but it's good night for now from FIBA.
movement now. We go horn side. Horn side. We read the early look. It's not there. Okay, it's not there. You go and you go dribble hand up with feet. Okay. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, we got 3 fouls. Yes.